Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're taking a look at one of the largest expenses that we have in our lives, and that is food. Now, food is only second to maybe housing, maybe transportation. People pay a lot of money for food, and it's one of those items that once you pay money for it and you eat the food, you're not gonna get that money back. So it is one of the most depreciating assets possible, but we all need food to survive. So let's talk about some ways that you can save some money when buying food. I know some people who are spending hundreds of dollars per week on groceries, and then others who are spending $30 per week on groceries. So we're gonna kind of talk about some different items in this video that you might wanna avoid buying at the grocery store if you wanna cut your food bill down 20 to 30% or more in a lot of cases just by using some of these different things that I'm gonna share with you in this video. So if you're new here to the channel, you wanna learn more about ways to save money and better yourself financially, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and drop a like on this video if you wanna see more videos like this. So without any further ado, let's just get started with this. Let's talk about the first one here, which is K-Cups. You should probably avoid using Keurigs and K-Cups. And look, these are my opinions. These are things that I use to save money, not necessarily saying that you have to stop doing these or buying these things that I'm sharing with you in this video, but the things that I realize that I can save money on by not using them. So K-Cups, a great example here. When you look at the actual price of K-Cups, they can be close to about $1 per piece. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about those single serve coffee things you can put in and you make one cup of coffee at a time. Instead, I like to use just a pot of coffee, a coffee maker that you can buy for $20. It's a cheaper machine, and the cost per cup of coffee from what I've seen is generally about 1/4 of the price. So for a K-Cup, it might cost you 75 cents to $1, and then for just brewing a regular cup of coffee with a regular coffee maker, it might be anywhere from 10 cents to 25 cents for a cup of coffee, and you can make multiple in a day. So when you actually run these numbers, it's really interesting. These small tiny things can add up to quite a bit amount of money. So if you're saving 50 cents per day on coffee by not using K-Cups and instead using just a regular coffee maker, that is about $150 some per year if you're drinking coffee every single day, just one cup a day. So $150 a year by just using a different way to make coffee. Now, both of these are probably better than going out to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or Pete's, Phil's, whatever place that you might go to for coffee and paying $4 or $5 for a cup of coffee. That's when you get into the thousands of dollars saved by just brewing your own coffee. So that's the first one that I want to share with you in this video. And the next one, you might have already seen this one coming, but it's bottled water. I don't know why people buy bottled water. I don't even know why it really exists. I'm not a big fan of it. It costs a lot of money. It's not good for the environment. There's just so many reasons why you should not be drinking bottled water that you purchase at the store. Sometimes it can be kind of cheap. You might be able to get a case of 24 bottles of water for $5. But it just really doesn't make any sense to me. Unless you're living in Flint, Michigan, you probably shouldn't be buying bottled water. It's going to cost you a lot of money. There's some other ways to get around this. If you have bad water where you live, and as long as it's not actually like a really, really bad lead-infested water, then just get some type of Brita filter, or even if you want to filter lead out in your water, just get some higher-end water filters instead of buying so much water. Now, there are some exceptions here. Sometimes I will buy, for example, maybe some seltzer water for some certain occasions, but generally speaking, I try not to buy water or actually any drinks, really. I just drink regular water from the tap, and I think it tastes pretty good. So that's something you can really save a lot of money on. Just stop using bottled water. Okay, the next one is instant rice or instant oatmeal or anything that's really instant. You're gonna find that is gonna cost you a lot more money versus just getting like a regular bag of rice or beans or any other type of good that you can get that's not that instant one. So I used to buy these like, I think they were called Uncle Ben's, like instant rice. It took like 90 seconds in the microwave, but it was like $1.50 for that instead of getting a 5-pound bag of rice for literally like $1 more, and it could last me months eating that rice. So big difference there. Anything where you see where it's like quicker, instant, faster, it's gonna end up costing you more money, especially when you do like the amount of money per pound. For instant oatmeal, getting those little packs, why not just get a big tub of it? It can last a lot longer, and it's so much cheaper. So make sure that when you're going to the store, you're actually calculating how much you're paying per unit. Sometimes a lot of stores will say like how much you're paying per pound or per ounce for that particular product. Make sure you're comparing those to see what the best deal is there. And I think a lot of people overlook that and they just grab like the instant oatmeal because it might save them 10 seconds in the morning instead of getting a cup and putting it into the cup. They just like to just put the bag in. I don't know. Saves a lot of money over the long run. It really does. The next one is by avoiding organic avocados. Now, I really mean that. Organic avocados, bananas, pineapples. The way that I like to see it is, first of all, it's obviously better to eat more organic produce like fruits and vegetables. But what I like to do is I only like to get organic certain fruits and vegetables, really the ones that are used with the most amount of pesticide. So for example, like strawberries or peaches or apples, if you're gonna buy those and you wanna buy something organic, I would suggest buying something of, I believe they're called the Dirty Dozen. You can look this up on your own, but there's some fruits and vegetables that are really hit with a lot of pesticides, whereas other ones like avocados, bananas, pineapples, a lot of things that you have to peel are generally a lot better to just save the money and not buy organic because they're not really as affected as much from the pesticides from what I've seen. Now, obviously, if you have enough money, just buy everything organic if you're not really worried about it. But if you're trying to save some money, just make sure you're doing that with certain things. And you know, it really is up to you whether or not you want to buy organic fruits and vegetables in the first place. I know that when I was in college, I didn't buy anything organic because I didn't really have the ability to do that. But as I've been increasing my income, I've been spending a little bit more money on, say, organic strawberries, and feels a little bit better, I suppose. But the next one here is comparing name brand items versus store brand and thinking about what's going to be better for you. So generally speaking, I kind of try to avoid a lot of name brand products. There's only some in there that are going to be better. When you actually look at consumer reports or you look at studies, there's a lot of store brand products that literally taste exactly the same as a name brand product. And the cost of store brand products, so say Walmart brand beans versus Goya beans or some other type of beans, it's generally going to save you about 25% more money by just getting the store brand for that item. So if you are looking for ways to cut your monthly grocery bill, if you're paying, say you're spending $400 a month on groceries or $300 a month on groceries, you want to cut that by 20%, just look at what you're doing here and think about which items you don't need to get name brand and then which ones that maybe you do want to get name brand. For example, I know ice cream is one of those things that you might want to just stick with the name brand. Like if you want Ben & Jerry's, it is a lot better than getting Walmart brand ice cream. There is certainly a difference. But on other things, like for example, say you're getting oats or say you're getting granola or some type of cereal or Pop-Tarts, I think they're pretty similar. So I just buy the store brand and save a lot of money on those items. The next one here is Ziplock bags. I don't really know why people use Ziplock bags. It's a pretty simple fix. Say you're packing your lunch or you want to save some food that you made, and a lot of people just throw them in Ziplock bags. Now, they don't cost that much, but they're really not good for the environment. So I just use Tupperware. Like if you're gonna save some food or if you want to take some food to work or if you're like packing your kids' lunch, just use Tupperware, use things that you can reuse every single day to put a sandwich in it or to put some food in it and then not have to use those Ziploc bags every single day. This one is much more so on like the environmental side. It does save you money over time. I mean, Ziploc bags aren't that expensive, but I guess it does add up over time. So another one here is individually packed snacks. So if you're still buying this, there might be a problem. Don't go and buy those like little tiny bags of Oreos where you can go into like the snack aisle and you'll see like 24 packs of these little bags of chips and stuff. Just buy the bigger bags and you're going to save a lot more money on it, especially if you look at, once again, looking at the per unit or per pound price for these goods when you're buying these snack-sized items. It's going to end up costing you a lot more. So the next one here that I'm going to share with you is the candy aisle. I actually don't think we have to say anything about this. Let's just move on to the next one. We already know everything wrong with the candy aisle. Just don't even go in that aisle. Just go to the next aisle after that one. Just totally avoid the sugar aisle. It's not good for you and it's going to kill your wallet and it might end up killing you. So number 2 is buying paper plates, plastic utensils. Unless you're a freshman in college and you don't have a sink, you should not be buying these items. Once again, it's not good for the environment. It's really not, but also it's just kind of a waste. It's really wasteful in just every way possible. You're wasting money on paper plates. You're wasting money on plastic forks and spoons and knives. But then also you're just wasting energy. You're spending money on this. It just doesn't make very much sense to me. So just get things that you can wash. It's very simple. I don't think there should really be much waste in the kitchen as far as plastic from like Ziploc bags, utensils, utensils, plates, everything like cups. Don't be drinking out of red Solo cups every day unless you're living in college. You're probably going to want just things that you can wash and not have to throw out and not have to spend money on. So that's just something that I don't do. All right, and then number one, it's very simple. It's just buying pre-cut fruits. This is so easy to just buy some fruit and cut it yourself rather than going to like the one aisle, the one part of the fruit section where they have like pre-cut watermelons. It's really not hard to cut fruit, guys. It's really not. And once again, when you're looking at the per unit price, it's going to end up costing you more money to have somebody else cut up these apples for you when you can just do it yourself. It's very basic, and it's going to end up saving you money. Trust me, I used to do that in the past. I used to go in and buy like these pre-cut like watermelon things instead of just buying a big watermelon for myself. I don't know why I did it, but I ended up saving a lot more money by implementing these things that I share with you in this video, avoiding some of them. And if you found any value in this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the support. We do our best to provide as many financial independence videos as possible on this channel. So I'll see everybody in the next video.